got the Wolvussy, we got Deadpool. Where can we go wrong? Deadpool and Wolverine is the sequel to 2016's Deadpool and 2018's Deadpool 2, and I guess you can say it's a sequel to all the X-Men movies too. In it, we follow the main character Deadpool, of course, who in an attempt to save his universe, goes off and finds a Wolverine to help him save his universe. And that's really all that I'm going to get into without getting into too many spoilers here. This is going to be my non-spoiler review of Deadpool. Spoiler reviews coming soon. We're going to get into the good, we're going to get into the bad, we're going to get into the stats like we always do, and let's get this thing started off. Starting off with some of the comedy in this film, I feel like this is probably the funniest Deadpool movie by far. The laugh per minute ratio in this film is off the charts. Everybody in the theater was dying the whole time. It's a romp the whole entire time. Sean Levy was able to take this film and this universe and honestly meld it seamlessly with the past two films. And we all know that Ryan Reynolds gets back in that character of Deadpool and he just does his thing every single time. We don't even have to worry about him missing a marker. No, it ain't gonna happen. And the same to be said with Hugh Jackman, because even when we seen him phone it in with movies like X-Men Origins Wolverine, he was still doing his thing as Wolverine, and he does his thing as Wolverine in this film. Now, as we all know, the main villain of this film is Cassandra Nova, and to be fair, I feel like she was a little lightly cooked, a little underdone. For those of you that know Cassandra Nova from the comic books, you know that she is Professor X's evil twin who tried to strangle him in the wound, and you know, they have this big sibling rivalry that goes on, and she's this evil telepath, and Charles has this murky past, but he's supposed to be the good guy telepath, all this, that, and so forth. I feel like in this film, Cassandra Nova is just a little bit light on the writing side. I feel like her ultimate motivation is just a little bit weak, but at the end of the day, I feel like she is still on the better side for where MCU villains go. Honestly, man, the violence in this film, they do not hold back at all. As soon as we get in this film, we're getting one of the most violent fight scenes that I have seen in any of these Deadpool films. So if you're worrying about, is this movie going to be a soft R or a hard R, this is all the way hard. We get a lot of cameos in this film. I'm not going to say who any of those cameos are in this film, but if you've seen the film, you know we get a lot of cameos that I don't even think were on the radar for this film. That I don't even think a lot of us were thinking about some of these cameos. I mean, a few of them we had heard things about way back and, you know, maybe forgotten about. But a few of these cameos, I feel like nobody was talking about them, or maybe I just wasn't paying attention enough, but I didn't hear anything about them, and they just surprise you out of nowhere, and they're played wonderfully. Now, it depends on how far your range goes on this type of thing, right? But this film does have a lot of fan service in it, and, you know, obviously, we all probably went into this film expecting tons of fan service, but it has a lot of fan service. I don't know how you're going to take that personally, but me, I enjoyed a lot of it. Not all of it, but a lot of the fan servicey moments in it, I did have a good time with. That, and I felt like a lot of those fan service moments really actually worked towards the film being better, rather than working against the film and deteriorating from it. It all kind of helps. Honestly, at the end of the day, I feel like this new Deadpool film, it gives you pretty much everything that you want and nothing that you really don't. Everything that you probably expect out of a Deadpool film, you got here. You got the laughs, you got the violence, the action. It honestly has a lot of heart in it, and I know these Deadpool movies tend to have this hidden heart factor in them, but this movie, just as the other ones, it has a lot of heart in it, and it makes you really care about these characters more than just, okay, this is one of my favorite characters coming back, played by one of the greatest actors to ever play this character, or whatever. It's more than just that, because they make you actually care about these versions of these characters once more. I feel like this film is more than just a Deadpool and Wolverine film. I feel like it's really a send-off and a love letter to the entire Fox universe. It kind of depends on where you're at with it, on if they gave you enough of that. I feel personally that it's more than enough love for the Fox universe with all the cameos of different characters and all this, and that. And even in the end credits of the film, there's this big, and this isn't a spoiler or anything really, there's this whole montage of bloopers and everything from the old Fox films. So this is honestly just a love letter to the entire Fox universe, and it definitely deserves it because those movies were extremely influential, especially for that time. And they did a lot of work into building what superhero movies could be up and making them a viable option again. Breaking this thing down into grading it, for casual moviegoers, we're gonna give this film an A+. I feel like a lot of people are gonna have a really good time with this film. For movie fans, we're gonna give this movie an A. And for critics, we're going to give this film a B+. If you're asking me what is my honest opinion on Deadpool and Wolverine, I give this, again, my stamp of approval. Honestly, if you're a fan of the Fox universe, of the MCU, of these characters at all, you're going to have amazing time watching this film. It's honestly probably one of the funniest films in the MCU, maybe outside of Ragnarok. But yeah, those are just my thoughts on Deadpool and Wolverine. Let me know what y'all guys thought in the comments down below. Did you like it? What did you think about it? Let me know. I'll be getting my spoiler review out and trying to crack as many Easter eggs out in that one as possible. And that'll probably be out sometime this weekend, if not early next week. But yeah, honestly, that's all I got for you guys this time here. I'll see you guys next time. Later.